Welcome back to another ChaoticCorp podcast. This time we have visuals. We're gonna see how that works.
Visuals that aren't video games.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the past couple podcasts, I decided to just have the Discord chat open, so I figured it would be better than, I don't know, but.
Oh yeah. Well.
Maybe not as...
that was a good idea, but like I feel like this is what would need to happen.
Yeah, you're right. So welcome back to episode 3 of Moon Knight for ChaoticCorp podcasts. Tristan's back.
I'm back. Yeah, I binged episode 1 and 2. Had like some shit going on, but I'm here now.
What did you think about episodes 1 and 2 so far?
Episodes 1 and 2, I really enjoyed both of them. You already know what my thoughts are on episode 1 because we watched it together. How it was
right.
It was great that we had like blood and light cursing here and there, so it wasn't like Disney-fied.
Right, definitely violence. Violence wouldn't really see that in Disney. If Disney had touched that, you wouldn't see any of that. So this is really a step in the right direction that they're letting Marvel and Kevin Feige just do whatever the hell they want to do.
Right.
So we got a lot of that in episode 3. Holy crap, episode 3 was so good.
Right.
I think episode 3 might be my favorite so far.
I feel like they're as they go along, and this is coming from like something that Scott said, but it was, what if our second episode is Mark Spector? And our third episode is
Jake Lockley. Yes.
Jake Lockley.
Yes.
Yeah. So in a way, Scott was right when it came to like introducing the characters, because you found out a lot more about Mark. And where he came from in episode 2, and then in episode 3, you see
we got a hint of fucking Jake Lockley. I was losing my shit when.
Because when he went back from like that one time where he switched over and he stabbed somebody, I'm like, wait a minute. The idea of that was he switched over to Steven, but Steven wouldn't do that shit. Right,
so... exactly. I'm like, what is Steven doing? And then he was like, that wasn't me. And I was like, oh shit, it's Jake Lockley. I think apparently in the comics, Jake Lockley's supposed to be a whole lot more violent than Mark. And Mark's a trained mercenary assassin type dude who just gives zero fucks about your life. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't think Jake Lockley has his version of Moon Knight. I think there's only like 2, which is Mr. Knight. Obviously goes through the persona that is Stephen Grant. And then, Moon Knight, which is Mark Spector. But I'm definitely looking forward to if they decide to give him his own and maybe just do a little bit of a twist. I don't know how far they're going to go with it. I feel like at this point, the show's doing well for 3 episodes in that they might have the freedom to do that and the fans wouldn't get pissed off. Treasure hunt with Layla and Mark. I'm glad to see and hear more of Mark in this episode. Of course, I was making the joke that it was like, as soon as he started fighting those dudes on the rooftop, I was like, bro, that's Poe Dameron.
Kind of was. That line and like just that little small scene there, that seemed like Poe Dameron.
Right.
He's like, are we fighting or are we dancing?
it was really good.
That was such a Poe Dameron thing to say.
I feel like so too.
So you talk first. I talk first, you talk first.
Right. Jeez. In the episode, we finally got to go inside of the Great Pyramid of Giza. I believe they were in the Giza Pyramid.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know the other names of the other pyramids.
I don't know. I don't know any of the 3.
But yeah, no. I meant it's 3 altogether. 3 pyramids, silly.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joke.
No,
I really don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what the names of the pyramids are.
No, I believe it's, well, one of them's obviously Giza, but
there's the one that looks like a triangle.
Wow, great observation.
There's another one looks like a triangle.
Great observation.
Pretty sure the third one also looks like
might be a square. Yeah. So we get to go into the Pyramid of Giza, and the reason why is because Khonshu fucks up and he decides to pull an eclipse out of nowhere. and like, that's so crazy because the entire world sees that shit. You know? Like, that's insane. Like, dude is literally a god. And
We did that to get their attention. He was like,
yeah. I have an idea, a really bad one. It reminds me from that scene. It's from Monsters versus Aliens. You know what I'm talking about? Where the blob's like,
I have a brain, gentlemen. I have an idea.
Yeah. That's what I got from that. It's so funny. So he just pulls that crap and he's like, all right, I'm in trouble. And they basically asked for like an audience and like a portal. He called it a portal. But really just like a door opened up out of nowhere. And there were people behind him too, wherever he was in that little, wherever Mark was at that time. There were people behind him, and they just instantly disappeared as soon as that door opened. Did you realize that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't really.
I'll have to find the clip, but it was kind of funny to me at least. So they go through, and it just kind of transports them to the Pyramid of Giza, and then we get to see other avatars, for the other gods and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. We didn't get to learn any of their names, of course, but the one girl who was talking to Mark the most, I guess her god was friends with Khonshu.
Yeah, that we did know the name to her.
In the pyramid, all of them have like their assigned seating basically, and it's just the gods' statues, which is pretty cool. Yatzil? Okay.
Yahtzee!
So that girl's name that was talking to Mark, I guess her name is like Yatzil.
I saw you laugh.
What?
Go on. I saw you laugh.
Go on. So Yatzil, and then her god's name she's the avatar for the god Hathor, and I haven't heard of that god before. Honestly, I know a little bit about the gods, but not all of them, so that one's kind of sticking out right now. So maybe I'll just do some research, which was also confusing too, because when we learned about Ahmet, which is Ethan Hawke's character, Arthur, and we just found out his last name. What was it?
Haymore?
Something like that. Yeah, Arthur Haymore. He was like...
No, the Star Wars... Not even Star Wars, damn it.
That's the quote. So you gotta say it.
That's the original quote.
Yeah.
But
so...
They were the Marvel podcast.
Right. So, his god, Ahmet, is, I guess, imprisoned or not... I don't know what the deal is with Ahmet, if I'm going to be honest with you. They didn't really say that she was imprisoned, but it is what it is. So... Ahmet, we got a look at in like episode 1, and it looks like Ahmet has like an alligator or a crocodile head. And then the only crocodile that I know, Egyptian god, would be Set. So that kind of confuses me a lot, I mean, I only know that because of Assassin's Creed Origins, if I'm gonna be deadly honest with you, but so. They have this meeting in the chamber, I guess that's what you want to call it. And they're talking through their avatars. They all actually do that little thing where their eyes glow, like when Mark changes into his Moon Knight form. And they're talking to Khonshu, and they're like, hey, don't fuck the sky up anymore.
And then Khonshu's like...
Later on. I'm clipping
Fuck
that.
All of y'all.
I'm clipping that. Oh. Khonshu's like, yeah, later on he does it again.
And then the gods are just like, yo, this bitch.
Yeah, and they got
13 minutes ago not to do this shit. And now he's going back to it. We gotta
put that bitch in a stone. Yeah. They literally put him in a stone, which was kind of cool.
They literally voted him to the break. That's what they did.
Not even all of the members were there. I think it was like a 5.
After you fuck the sky up twice for all the world to see, I don't think all the members need to be there.
Yeah, that's true. But
it takes like people to make a decision, and then I think that's like minimum.
Right.
After that offense.
That was a pretty cool scene though, where he was he requests to add some context, what we're talking about is, they had to realign. They had some kind of map from these, like cloths from a mummy that this one rich dude had, and that he was, I guess, selling. And they went to go look at it, and they were trying to align like the stars with the map that they had, and those stars were from like millions and billions of years ago. So then that's when Khonshu's like, I have an idea, and he just
I may not have a brain cell, but I have an idea.
So then he asks Mark for help. Well, it's not Mark, it's actually Steven at that point. And Steven, so then he asks Steven for help, and they both do the wavy thing. And it was a pretty cool scene. And of course, again, the entire world sees that. So then, yeah, he does get transferred into a stone, and they end up finding out where the tomb is. I don't know exactly whose tomb they're looking for. Either it's Ahmet's, or they're looking for someone else's tomb. Another god.
We have no information.
I'm pretty sure it was... No, it's just a theory. I'm pretty sure they might have been looking for another tomb, because I remember Yatzil pulled away... That doesn't sound right, but we're just gonna call her Yatzil for right now. Yatzil came over to Mark, huh? Don't say
Yahtzee.
Yeah, Yahtzee pulled Mark over and was like, "Hey, there's another god who knew about the stuff that Ahmet was hiding from the council, the Jedi Council." So, and I guess that's where they started. They just started on their adventure looking for this other god in this tomb, who I'm assuming doesn't have an avatar, or else they'd be looking for the avatar, So they're just kind of looking towards the end of the episode. They're just kind of more or less looking for this tomb, and then they find it, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. Except you get this other scene. Where as soon as Khonshu is trapped into the stone, something really bothered me that Arthur said to Khonshu, because he was like to the other guy, he was like, "Can they hear us?" When they're placed into a stone, and they were like, "We believe so." And he's just letting out his feelings at this point. He's just telling them how he feels, and he's like, "I loved being your avatar because I got to kill people." And if you remember back from episode 2, when he just randomly killed that old man without even judging him, he didn't judge him. You remember that? When he got the scarab, he didn't judge him. He just...
The first guy?
No. In episode 2, after that whole fight with the jackal and all...
he did judge him.
No. He lost the scarab, and then the old man picked it up. Mm-hmm. Arthur comes over, he's like, "I'm sorry, but that belongs to me. I can offer you food and refuge and all this and that." And then he's like, "I'm sorry." He takes his hand, and he's like taking the scarab. He's like, "I'm sorry. I wish you could see the world that we get to build." He didn't do that thing where he puts his hands together.
I feel like he did.
I didn't see that happen.
I feel like he did. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, because I feel like...
I respect that.
I feel like he did. I feel like it was just very quick, because they were just like, "You already know what's going on here. We don't need to go through this whole look at the scales. His tattoo's moving. Oh boy, the guy's dead." I
mean, I guess so, but I don't know. I do think that he just straight up killed him, and it only leads more into like, this guy is not doing what Ahmet wants, which is actually to judge people and not to just kill them straight away for your own enjoyment. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe if Ahmet found out, or maybe, because we have 3 more episodes left, if we, he might do some more killing, and then Ahmet finds out, and then she punishes him some way. Or maybe that doesn't happen, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like maybe Arthur might die at the end of the show and be judged, more or less, you know? But,
right.
But anyways, and then the episode ends. But this episode was really good because, you know, we're finally out of England after 2 episodes, and now we're in Egypt, Cairo. We got to see a really nice fight scene midway, or something like that, midway through the episode. And Moon Knight's just getting pulverized, beaten up, and everything. And the best part was he was getting stabbed by the lances.
Yeah, and he was just eating that shit.
He was just eating it. And
he
then
pulled the guy into it.
Yeah, he pulled one dude into it.
Like pulling like the lance, like, you know, more into himself while pulling this one. It was great.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, there was so much.
Before that though, it was funny because Steven took the body and was like, all right, everybody, time out. We could talk about this and we could settle this.
He literally said, everyone calm the F down.
Yeah, we could talk about this. He could start getting stabbed. He's like, all right, Mark, I think it's your turn.
He was in the body for like 5 seconds and he was like, I quit. It was so good. Mark's way of fighting as Moon Knight in the comics, I think I already told you this, but Taskmaster, his ability is that he copies other people's fighting style. So
right.
Mark Spector is the one person that he will never fight, because Mark's way of fighting is that he keeps getting beat up.
Yeah.
He lets himself purposely get beat up, and he somehow like
his fighting style is like self-destructive.
Yeah. He in a way kind of learns their moves too, but at the same time at a price. You know what I mean? It's so chaotic. It's amazing to see it happen though. He was getting shot. That move where he like pulled the cape over himself and then he flicked it and then the bullets went back. Like, that was great.
That was the point where I shouted, "Ready to bullshit, go!"
Yes! Love that panel. You know that panel's not even real?
Yeah, I heard that a lot of that stuff wasn't real. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Why do I hear Eminem all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's like my favorite one. The other one is where he's going down the steps and he's like, Dracula, I know you're here. Where's my damn money? Yeah, I know he calls Dracula a damn nerd. He's like, Dracula, you damn nerd. I know you're here. Where's my money? It's so good. I'll put a bunch of these in there. There's also a hint that Mark might have possibly killed Layla's father. In the beginning of the episode, we see her forming a. Oh, did you not get that? I got that. I got that vibe. You forgot?
No. You explain. You explain your theory.
Back into the beginning of the episode, we see her talking to some old lady. Obviously, she's done business with before, making a fake passport, talking about her father, how her father got her into treasure hunting, basically. Stealing already stolen artifacts and how it's not really stealing. I somewhat agree with that, but you know. So then later on in the episode, she goes and meets Mark in Cairo. How the hell did she track him down? It's such a populated area, by the way. That's really freaking scary. Later on, they meet at this party where, like we talked about before.
She was able to track his phone.
Who's to say he has his phone on him? Who's to say it's not even destroyed?
He did have his phone on him.
He did?
No,
not in episode 2. No, I'm talking about episode 3, when she was able to track him in Cairo.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the scary part. But when they go to the party, Arthur shows up, and he knows Layla. Obviously, he knows Mark. More now than ever, really. Everyone, the cat is out of the bag that he's got multiple personalities within him. And a hint at the courtroom scene in the pyramid. Arthur says, "Who knows how many more personalities are in this body that were taken by Khonshu?" And that makes me believe another theory, and I'll talk about it later. But back to the Layla thing, I for some reason, No, not for some reason. I do believe that Mark might have unintentionally, not without knowing, of course, killed Layla's father. Maybe before they even met. Could have been years before they met.
He could have been a contract.
See, even if mercenaries have standards, you know what I mean? So
yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, it could be either. It could go either way, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So
yeah,
I'm just definitely interested in the way that they take it. But back to the other thing, my theory was that the body actually truly does belong to Mark, and that
I think it does, because they literally went back to look at Mark's records, and Mark was shot in the back of the head, execution style, which I think.
Wait, no. He was the one who shot people in the back of the head, execution style. That's what they said.
I know. I thought that Mark was executed.
No.
Oh, see, I got the wrong. I don't know who's what then.
What do you mean? Who's what? What
I don't know who's the original owner.
Oh yeah, no one really does. I mean,
I thought I misheard that. I thought that he got shot, and then Khonshu was like, "Hey, you want to not die?"
See, that's somewhat close to what happened in the comics.
And then the trauma probably, created
Stephen Grant.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's also my theory that the body truly does belong to Mark, and Stephen Grant came out of nowhere. Remember that in the first 2 episodes, or really in episode 1, he calls his mother twice, and she doesn't pick up. Maybe she never even existed. So far down the rabbit hole that anything could be possible, if I'm going to be honest with you. But that's just my theory now, as it is. At first I was like, okay, this show starts off through the eyes of Stephen Grant and not Mark Spector, and Mark Spector is actually the alternate persona, and there's Jake Lockley. But now I'm like, okay, maybe it's the other way around. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting what they're doing with the show. I think it's great.
I think it's great so far.
Yeah. Did you have anything else to add?
None so far.
None so far.
Yeah.
What did you give this rating for this episode so far?
For this episode, I'd probably say a good 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm probably. Yeah. I'm probably an 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Okay, well, thanks for watching episode 3.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I've been streaming a little bit, actually. I've been getting back into streaming on Twitch. You can follow me at twitch.tv/hotpocket61. You can follow Tristan at twitch.tv/Apollo Your King. Mainly you'll find him streaming on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We do have a Discord. We have a Reddit. Go follow those. Go join them. If you decide that you want to join the Discord, I put a bunch of... I have put links in the description, but apparently those links don't work. So just message in the video if you want to join, honestly.
Comment down below.
Yeah, just comment down below and we'll add you.
Yeah, at this point in our career, we don't have a lot of comments. We'll find you.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.